On this channel, we only give you updates that concerns Chelsea and Chelsea alone. Alright guys, welcome back to another segment. You know the way we'll do it now. We're always here to give you guys updates that concerns Chelsea and Chelsea alone. We are still in the international break, but on Saturday, the EPL will kick off and all the banters will start again. And the next international break will commence March 2025. Because me, I've done the time for the international break, you understand? But even at that, we are here to say one or two things about the club. I remember last time when Chelsea was in a very bad shape, even when Pochettino was there last season, the time of Graham Potter, Frank Lampard, apart from foiling our problems or dishing out our frustration on the coaches that was there, we also dish like 60% of our frustration on the owners.
Yeah.
And there was something that happened during the summer transfer period, before the Enzo Maresca signing, when they signed Enzo Maresca. We were having these rumors, and which we emphasized on it, and we also gave our own quota of it too, pinpointing who we are going to stand for and who we are not going to stand for. Talking about the Eghbali and Todd boehly clash. Do you notice something, Dave? Because I said that I don't want to be in a hurry to talk about these owners first. As of when the Maresca started doing some wonderful things, and I said that, okay, let me give it some time. Do you know that since Maresca started doing some things, we are third in the league table, and we are first in the UEFA Conference League. We are out of the Carabao Cup, but the FA Cup is there too for us to make amend. And also, we are hoping to win the UEFA Conference League as being one of those trophies that we'll win since 2021. You understand? So, talking about the owners and this their clash, we have not been hearing about it. Abi, was it just one sort of media stuff just to talk down on Chelsea, knowing the Chelsea current predicaments? Because I know that as it stands now, there's not much talk about surrounding Chelsea right now because Chelsea is doing well. But when Chelsea was in that hole, that pit, you tend to get different waste out of it. Different talk. You wake up one morning, you hear this one. You wake up the next morning, hearing this one. And 60% of it always hits on our owners. We have not been hearing about it. Or were they just one propaganda that was just...
The thing we say, I feel like the matter day because it takes like 4 or 5 media houses to carry a particular news.
Yeah.
And when 4 or 5 media houses don't carry one particular news, you will not say this thing, they actually happen. Something like this, they actually go on. And by now, if maybe Todd boehly or whoever, Eghbali, don't relinquish their shares to any other person, we will still hear them. And Chelsea, we are the biggest club in the world. So our news, they always break out, they always come out. But at the end of the day, we don't talk about this thing before. We just say, okay, the person who could like making day or making buy the club full hand or single-handedly is Todd boehly because of the interest we get for the Chelsea team. That was then. You understand? That was then. But it don't really concern me because I like what they happen now. Because if to say this news still they fly the way they fly before, and Chelsea not going to do well. So people go still apportion the blame to the owners. You understand? They would also, because Chelsea owners, they never settle their scores and make Chelsea they get the bad results. So
you feel that the ownership is kind of balanced and tends to move their problem out of the club.
I won't be saying that the maturity. There is maturity in whatever they are doing now because at least they affect the results they get from the club. Now when they begin to affect now, if you come out and talk, say, okay, I beg, Mona tries resolve on an issue. At the end of the day, if you clamor, if you say you want me to buy the club, if you want Eghbali to buy the club, but anybody will can't get the club, we just have to support the fact that this is Chelsea's our club. You understand? So as long as it's not affecting the results of the team, I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm happy. Maresca is doing his job. Basically, he's just doing his job. And the other parts of the structures that are being kept, like the sporting directors and other people, they do their own work. So players to get their own role to play. So everybody is fine. It's not a problem to me right now. I feel like say the owners they don't they resolve their issues internally instead of bringing it out in the media. So it's a good one for the
See,
club.
is it that they brought it out to the media, or it was one thing that the media just came up with just to hit on Chelsea, knowing our current predicament then?
But the news is not true now. Not be saying fake news or anything. It's actually happening.
I know it was actually, but it's
but
not as due to the
Mm.
success rate right now.
Mm.
They're no more hearing it. But when we were failing, it was everywhere.
That's one thing about media houses and preying on media houses. They sabi prey on this Chelsea matter. You understand? Anything wey concern Chelsea, media houses must pick it up because they want, you know. But at the end of the day, I feel like say maybe the news done, the whole heat of the matter has died down a little bit, and that is why the media has not been carrying it out the way they are
And they are
supposed to
not
carry
been
it
putting their eye on the owners.
on
for
the
now.
owners. Yes. So I feel like the matter don't die down small. It be like maybe Todd Boehly and Eghbali don't reach agreement. Say okay, we go revisit this negotiation.
But let's
for now,
focus
more lay low
and focus on
and
the club.
focus on the club's development. So, like I said, it's the maturity from them.
Okay. All right. That's a very good one, because I know that one day somebody will ask about this ownership, that we have not been saying anything about the ownership. But we remember when the Chelsea was going down, we emphasized, we hit on them,
Yeah.
and to the point. Let me just bring in this one. It's Chelsea still cost. Under Graham Potter, we heard language like that. I know. Even when before the season end, under Potter, even under Pochettino, we had a lot of talk. Chelsea's cost, whatever, and they need to go and apologize to Roman Abramovich. A lot of talk.
Normal talk, emotional talk. But the truth of the whole matter be say clubs they change ownership, takeovers they did. Yes, I'm not in support of how Chelsea was taken over from Abramovich. Seeing the fact that he was the one that built the club to this particular level now where the club did. But at the end of the day, no be Chelsea fault, now the
English government.
You understand? So you no go fit take anything away from Chelsea. We are still that top standard team. I believe that the owners have learned from their mistakes, because when they enter the club, they may make a whole lot of mistakes. They make Chelsea go down. You just come begin to sack people. You begin to buy players anyhow, be pumping money. Now you don't see the way they begin to do for transfer market. The reason why we didn't sign Osimhen today was because of money.
Yes,
Chelsea are not really willing to splash out the cash, and that is the way they are working now. They have learnt their lessons from as at when they came into the club newly. So I like that approach. When they just follow it. If now the Abramovich issue, bygones are bygones. We still love him. He's still welcome at the club anytime he wants to come back. But Chelsea will still move forward without him.
All right, moving further, I want to talk about like one or two loan players that I know some of you have not been really hearing about them. The only player right now that we have been hearing his scores and also his positives. I'm talking about Andre Santos. He has been doing very well for the France team, Strasbourg. That's the France league. Yeah. He has been doing very. I guess he won Player of the Month. Was it last month? Is it the Club Player of the Month? The League Player of the Month. One of those awards, and he's doing very well. He's one of their key man when it comes to that midfield area. He's one of their key man. He's delivering like Hebrew women. To the point right now, Seb, I'm even having double thought of if Chelsea will sell him or not. But right now, I won't like Chelsea to sell him. He's a very good asset to us, whether I like it or not. We know that we have a lot of midfielders. We have a lot of midfielders. But we have a lot of midfielders, not only few they function. Only few of them are functioning. You understand? So kudos to Andre Santos. Then players that they have not been hearing, talking about Leslie Ugochukwu that went to Southampton. Boy, what is happening to that young man? What is happening?
It won't be like another Andre Santos case like with Nottingham Forest, where they don't play him at all.
Are you saying that they are not playing less?
I don't think they're giving him as much chance as I would expect.
If they are not
Because-
giving us much game
because
time,
I see how-
we'll be getting updates about that.
honestly, I feel like that guy never really gets find the fit, and at the end of the day, Southampton they still give that enough chance to show himself.
You
Because
sure?
any player where they come from Chelsea normally, even alone, you're supposed to at least allow them make them play, make them feel themselves. And if they're saying they play, they perform well too. I'm sure that's what will make the club to still put him on the bench at the end of the day. So he's a fantastic player. But if do well for this low spell where they don't carry and go put now, Chelsea should be able to.
But so far, so good. He has played 8 games.
8 games.
8 games. 5 in the EPL. 3 in this thing.
How many did he come from bench from?
Well, not all his stats, sure.
So you should also consider that.
But there's this guy in Fulham that is hot right now. That guy normally comes from bench to win games for Fulham. I've forgotten his name. He came from bench and won that game against Brentford that they won 2-1. He came from bench and won the game against which other club? Was this Wolf abused team? I'm not comparing the two of them position, but if let's go like what you say that if he has been given that best, even though in one match, he showed that quality, definitely the club will like to give you that benefit of that too.
That means it's not quality yet.
And if you continue like this, that means we don't have any other option.
We go sell now. We go sell because what is on ground is there's a lot like players, midfield players only. You understand? And when you look at our players now, for example, you see the likes of Caicedo, Lavia, and Enzo. Those guys are like the untouchable guys for now. In the next 5 years, you'll still find them at Chelsea still playing. I guarantee you.
So, those guys, they have pinned them.
Yes, they are the bedrock of that engine of that midfield, and for Chelsea for years. So other players we want to break inside the squad. There's a lot of competition. Casida is there, Chukwuemeka is there, Santos is there, like you said, KDH is there. Who else? A lot of players. So they want to, before they will edge themselves inside that squad, they will need a lot of hard work, determination, inputs, and being in form to get into the first team of Chelsea.
My own is for him to play well in the loan team. It's not about the first team for now.
If he don't play well, they will sell him. That's just the reality.
Chalobah, first of all, then dump him, then finally they loan him out. Looking at Chalobah and we looking for a new centre back. Does it make sense?
All boys down to Maresca, you understand? Because from the nobody say Chalobah no good from the first place. And in talking to say Chalobah is a good player, he likes him, but he doesn't fit into his system. And if Chalobah no fit for his system, we no go fit force him. You all know that we have a very stubborn coach.
Yeah.
Even if Chalobah fit do enough on a low spell, if you don't still call him back, because he will talk say this guy is not in my system or it doesn't fit into my system of play. I'll be surprised if Maresca takes back Chalobah next season. Because of the kind of man I see.
Like you said, he said a stubborn coach. There was one comment like that Maresca made. That was after the match against Arsenal, against Nottingham Forest, one of whether against Newcastle, one of these games then. He said something, he said that if Sanchez stopped playing what I asked him to play, that he will be at the bench.
And it's in.
You see that sometimes too, even though we are dying, let's say in a particular game which is not going according to his own plans, and the players, they just have to change plans for them to win the game. Is it that they should still stick to his own tactics, whether it's working or not, just for us to drain in that game? I remember during the time of Didier Drogba, the Champions League final in Bayern Munich, definitely Roberto Di Matteo had his own plans. But it seems like it wasn't working. But the guys with the spirit in them, they have to change the football and have to be defensively throughout. Get the goal, but play it defensively.
At the end of the day, see what I make from this whole thing.
Because I watched the Arsenal game. If you watch that game, Neto, that was why I said that I'm surprised that they gave Cucurella the man of the match, though he tried to. But as for me, I preferred it to be Neto, you understand? If you watch that game, Neto was fully involved, whether the left, right, center, playing as every angle. There was one ball Sanchez saved, and Arsenal players, they were closer to us. Neto was telling,
Stone
the ball in. Let's make at least let's run with the counter. Sanchez was telling him calm down because of in the fear say, but Baba don't tell us if you play waiting me and not tell you, be on your own.
This thing looks very simple, but it's actually deep. Because if you call yourself professional and you know say this thing will help the team, this team where you want play, maybe that long pass where you supposed pass now. Because normally Neto now is very good in counter attacks.
Yeah, very good.
And he's sabi run. So that as at that point in time, you needed that ball. That's stoning of the ball. Stone am for me, man carry these players wrong. You understand? And then you no come do am because you want day inside the coach's good books. Sometimes do it and win the games. I've seen a situation whereby a player substituted himself. It happened. It was in history. I think it's one of our Nigerian players in history, if I can remember. It's when there was this rule about when you can substitute yourself. He substituted himself, came inside the game, and won the game for the team. The coach was not in support of what he did, but he won that game for them.
Yes. Why you would have informed me.
Yeah, exactly. But you don't do the basic thing where you're supposed to do. Look at the goal that we the pass the Sassi gave Neto. I think that was against Gent, if I'm not mistaken, where Neto scored. Give that long pass. Sometimes they give long passes.
But I don't think our football is on that area for now. We are more of the ground.
Now the thing now, and sometimes it affects our gameplay. I don't lie you because in football, no matter the tactics you are using, you should also recognize that you can't use that tactics 90 minutes of the play.
That is where, when I watched the game against Sporting, Man City against Sporting, normal Sporting, we play two center back, while the two right wing back we invert and move forward, allowing the two center back to position themselves at the back. That is Amorim stationary two defenders. Only two defenders. The left and right will invert to support the midfielder, to choke the midfielders. But when he played against City, he has to drop back and was playing more of long passes because the tactics has to change because of that game.
Yes, that is what we are trying to let Maresca know at the end of the day. Like I always say, I don't have issue with your tactics. Every tactics can be successful.
It's working, but at some games.
And then you don't say your players never really master them. If you tell us, okay, light the ball, throw the ball, shoot, make crosses, because we are lacking a lot in that area. Because of the system of play. They give me, I give you open, give me, I give you open, give me, I give you open, play short passes,
return.
It's
that's why
crazy.
The defender will get 30 passes, 30 touches.
They pay me because now people they complain say Palmer no they get most balls, and how do you expect them to get the attackers to get more of the ball when
the defenders
are with the ball
with the goalkeeper?
It's crazy. I like the fact that he's trying to bring in. I'm not a fan of the tactical approach of Maresca, but if you say that waiting
you want use scale
and
through.
if they use that thing, they scale through. Go come on, go wash my hand, come on for you. You are the coach, you are professional, you know what to do.
Yeah.
But in a case whereby it's not going as planned, what is your option B? What's your option C? What's your alternative? You have to change it. Now you have wingers that can be able to capitalize on through balls. Neto can capitalize on through balls. Palmer self they give through ball. All these long lofted passes. Capitalize on them, get the advantage. The main thing is that you get the 3 points.
Well, let's just see how it goes. And I guess that'll be all for now. Do it to drop your comments concerning everything you have said so far. Do it to like, share, and subscribe. I remind you, humble boy Peters.
And my name is Big Dave.